Hey guys, the old farmer's been asking me to make beef and noodles for quite some time, so I thought I have leftover noodles from the other day when we had our chicken and noodles. So I've decided that I'm going to make a really large batch so that we have leftovers. I've got a pint of my canned beef, and this is a lot. I've got bone broth and beef broth that you saw me can last spring. And right now I've got 3 pints that I'm going to put in, and we'll see what it looks like. And I've been weighing back and forth what to use, but I've had requests, how would you cook in an RV? Well guys, this is the way I cook in an RV. So just to give you an idea, I've got these mixed vegetables that we dehydrated the other day. I thought I'll put those in because of course I have corn and celery and onions and garlic. And I will be chopping up some fresh onion and some garlic. Probably a couple cloves. We'll just see what we got when we get it all put together. And then of course I've got some leftover egg noodles. So let's get started. All right, guys, I've already dumped in 3 pints of my beef broth and bone broth, and here's a pint of my canned beef. Now, remember I told you it looks like a lot of fat, but it's literally just around the edge of the jar. So I'm going to clean this off, and I'm going to add that to the broth. The best part about what I'm doing here, guys, I'm going to have a full meal in less than 30 minutes. All from the pantry. Okay, I've got half of a medium onion chopped up here and 2 cloves of garlic. Right now I've got my broth and beef in there. And I went back and forth. Do I want to put carrots and celery? What do I want? But someone had asked me how this was going to rehydrate. Now, if I was doing it just for the vegetables, I would put boiling water, but you know, we're going to cook them. So I'm going to open this. You hear it just like it was sealed, like an open jar. And let's put in, well, let's go ahead and put half of it in since it's a large batch. That will be a ½ pound of mixed vegetables that I'm putting in. Then all I have to do is reseal this jar and for the next time. So right now I'm just going to let this simmer, and you know how I find out if it's any good. I'll let it simmer and get it going, and in the meantime I'm going to run down, get a jar of my home canned potatoes, and we'll of course have it over mashed potatoes. So I'll be back in probably 15 minutes after this is kind of simmered and the vegetables have rehydrated. While I was down in the pantry, I went ahead and grabbed a jar of that onion broth that we made the other day. This stuff is so good. I know it's going to add good flavor to the stew, or the beef and noodles. Someone mentioned the other day they thought that I had canned mashed potatoes. No. What I do is I chunk up my potatoes and I can them. There's some starch in the bottom. Like I said, do your own research. I don't blanch my potatoes before I can them. Next time I get potatoes on sale, I'm going to also be dehydrating some because those would be perfect in a soup or stew when we're traveling, just to dump it in a pot of probably onion and beef broth and end up with delicious vegetable stew. All right, I'm gonna let it simmer. Okay guys, it's boiling away. Been simmering about 15 minutes. In go the noodles. These will take, I'm gonna say 10-15 minutes. And supper will be ready. This is the best thing for traveling and a quick meal. And the old farmer's been wanting beef and noodles, and I thought I'd make them this way this time. All right, guys, thanks for coming along.